All right, guys, what's going on? We live. All right, it's gonna be an old school show, kind of like how we always do, off the cuff style. Man, we got a lot to get off our chest with this whole Polycade mess. Um, man, we, we if y'all don't know what Polycade is, it's pretty much a licensed slash non-licensed multicade created by a gentleman named Tyler Bushnell, the son of the Atari creator, Mr. Bushnell himself. Great guy. We had a good chance to interview him, whatnot. And we all here supported his Kickstarter. Things seem to have been going great. And then things seem to be not. Where I particularly see the failures on my end as a customer is communication. He may be putting it out there. I don't know. But he's not putting it out good enough for me because I know he's got other platforms like Discord and Facebook and the Kickstarter itself. Well, if I'm a Kickstarter, well, come on through. Get on. Come on right now.
You could join, Reggie. We going live talking about Polycade.
Get on. Join us in this discussion, Mr. Radical.
Hey, Mensa, pull up the Polycade just in case, man. Just so people see it, right?
I was about to. I just had to take a sip.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me pull it up right now.
Because like you said, man, Tyler, great guy and everything, and you guys had the stream and showed him very early good love on it, and it looks beautiful, man. That thing just looks beautiful, and people. But like you said,
what people don't see here is about a week ago this said pre-order, and that kind of got to me.
It's still
it still said pre-order at the time. I don't know if it still says it and I'm missing it, but it said pre-order at about a week ago. And
it's up there. It's up there, brother.
Oh, okay.
It says $24.99 to pre-order it, but it doesn't. I don't think it says a date. Oh, it says it'll be delivered in October. New orders.
Oh, it's currently in production. New orders will be delivered. Yeah, but I don't. Oh, okay. Well, moving forward, it was just a cluster because things seem to be going great. And I'm like, okay, cool. We got our orders in and stuff like that. Now, I don't know about you, but when I do a Kickstarter and let's just say I'm number one of, 500, I kind of expected to go first come, first serve, unless he explains why. Then he explains how this is going to go. But it doesn't go that way. It seemed to go, unless you are, I'm gonna be frank about this. Unless you're rich or you're my friend, you get your shit first. Everyone else can go fly a kite. And it felt that way to me because that's pretty much how it seemed to have gone down. Because if we have questions, we're being told, don't ask. Don't ask us when your order's coming in. Don't ask us nothing. What does that leave us with? Nothing but speculation. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And it gets nastier. So what? This was about a year ago today. It was announced. And then about, earlier in the year, he does his Kickstarter. And then the Kickstarter closes out. And then it closes out, right? Here we are, excited, waiting for our orders. I'm expecting it. If things had went to plan, we should have expected this back in April, March, something like
March,
that.
April, yep.
And then I'm like,
it
okay,
says
cool.
March. It says March because I'm in the Kickstarter, and it says March 2024 estimated delivery anywhere in the world.
Right. So then June, July hit. Hello, sir. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Good to meet you.
What's up, Reggie?
Too. Well, thanks for inviting me. What's up, Will?
Thank you for coming.
Nada, man.
I got a lot to get off the chest here.
Yeah, man. I was listening, man. This is man. It's just kind of sad to hear with these companies, man. You know, no refunds and all that stuff. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
That's why if I do pre-orders, man, I always do it with a credit card, man, because you get refunded instantly. But if you use anything like debit, you know, it's like you kind of you could fall victim, you know, to all this stuff because they only have a certain deadline where you can ask for a refund. Credit card, you get your money back instantly. They don't mess around.
Right. Yeah, it's wild because as this was going on, so the Kickstarter closes, and then he does another one. Like it's one of the most successful Kickstarters out there as far as, you know, that he got funded. And the guy he did a show with, he goes, and I'm not hating on him. I'll drop his name is P-Dubs Arcade Loft. And he does a show with him. Rightfully so. Get his stuff out there. I'm not hating. And he opens up another round of Kickstarter.
Man, his
I'm a little pissed, and I'll tell you guys why. Because I'm already feeling that I got busted out in the line, right?
Right.
Now you're going to tell me the people who didn't originally support you get to support you again at the original price from which you did the Kickstarter? Where's the Kickstarter love? The original.
Yeah.
And then something a little shady. I'm sorry, but this sounds a little funky to me. He gives Mr. Dubs a link, like, you know, like the tracking link, like, you know, use this code crap, right? And then Mr. Dubs goes, well, I'm not getting nothing out of this, FYI, but I'm like, that don't make no sense to me because why would you need a code? Code is for tracking, like to prove how much you brought into, you know, your influence.
Yep.
Otherwise, you don't need the code. You know, so it was a little weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in altruism, you know, as a business. So why the hell would you need a special code like, you know, use P-Dubs Arcade Loft and get, you know, the original, you know, 2,000% off, you know, like what? But hey, FYI, I'm not getting nothing out of this. Huh?
And Reggie, this is upwards of $2,500 plus. We're not talking about a $50 game. We're talking about this thing is $2,500 plus with the accessories and
brother.
Everything
I almost
like
dropped 5,000 on this.
Yeah, with that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I about dropped almost $5,000, $5,000. And
yeah.
As far as they're concerned, I'm going to be last if ever to get this because my name is not Little Yachty, or I'm not living in the mansion. And you know what really irked me was the shipping. So check this out. Oh boy, you know, shit's coming from overseas, understandable. Then it hits like LA, right? And so we get, you know, the shipping. It costs us weight and distance, right? Common sense stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then he moves it central to Chicago. Okay, cool. So I hit up his Facebook. I go, well, seeing how you moved the shipping locations to a more central location, doesn't that mean my shipping should cost different now, if not cheaper?
Yeah.
He goes, not unless you pay me $1,600.
What?
And I'm like, yo. And then all in the while, buy stuff. I don't know if you know about those guys. They make these large arcade replicas and stuff like that. This shit's probably weighing like, you know, 200 plus pounds, like a lot heavier than the Polycade Sente. And they're like, yeah, we'll ship to you anywhere in the freaking country for $400. And they're shipping from like freaking Canada, dude.
Wow.
And I'm like, wait, you're going to ship me something that weighs more than the Polycade or just as much and it's only $400, but I have to either go pick my Polycade up and fund him $1,600 and wait.
Man, that's
seriously.
Yeah, that's sad, dude. You would figure the more money you put into it, the more respect you would get with like what's going on in the situation. But
you would think,
you know, yeah, exactly. But
I went all loyal on this cat.
And it's scary because you drop this type of money on something like this, and then they want to be silent on you. They don't want to give you any information. You know, they closing out refunds, and that's the scary part. You know, they're not communicating.
And here's the scary part about this refund. I don't know if the guy gave it or not. So that was from King Creole, good guy, and he was like, yo, what's happening? And they canceled all his orders. And they're like, refund has not been refunded. And then it shows no refund. Then he gets an update where he actually got a refund. I don't know if he's got it through the bank yet or whatever, but it shows on the website bit that he got a refund for it. But then they send out a letter going, ignore all those cancellations. You're still going to get your pack. So it's a lot of confusion and scary because who do we trust at this point? Because we're getting told, shut up and color, right? And what I mean by that is that it clearly states, it clearly states, do not ask us questions.
That's insane, man. Don't ask questions. That's already a red flag. You know, like what? How you gonna have people drop this money on these pre-order and not ask questions? Like that sounds scammy as hell. Like this dude.
And, you know, I know he's a real product. I know he's got, you know, like it's clear. You know, it's real. The problem is you gotta be more transparent. And I get it because we were doing the bash box bit, right? People hounding us. You know, you don't get to control everything. I get it. I get it more than anybody. I get it. I understand the hardware side of the business. I do. But guess where I don't get? It's the transparency part. You got to be transparent. You got to be straight up. You know, like
just one question. Yeah. The bash box you brought up, that's still coming out, right?
So that is not coming out as is the way we marketed it. We are moving on to a new venture. So it's coming out, like I'm doing air quotes, in another form factor. So instead of, I'm going to quote this, and this has been approved by, you know, the powers above. It was bash box powered by Unico. Okay. We are now seeking, it's going to be a Unico device. I don't know the name, marketing. That's not for me to decide, but we are looking at it being powered by Bashbox. So we're flipping the script. We had a lot of people in this community that were just pretty much bigots, and it just didn't work out with the marketing. So we're moving forward on a different factor with it being, you know, more, you know, so it can get on their page and stuff like that, and people stop complaining about that. You know, marketing's everything.
Right, exactly. Okay. But going back to this system here, man, like when was this officially supposed to come out?
Oh man.
Oh Lord, I'm scared to hear this.
I remember Prince told me he got like one of those like calendar reminder things. So it's like last year today or something like that was when it was announced, and March of this year was when it should have came out. You know what? We did a stream with Mr. Tutts. So let me see when I did the stream. Let's see here. YouTube.
You know, I'm going to share, Mensa, real quick. I'm going to share some stuff on my tabs that I got open real quick to kind of give people a little bit of the background. Give me 1 second.
You know what was funny? You know, I was actually thinking about pre-ordering this thing, and I got cheap. And I started going for the countercades and everything like that. So I'm like, man, just wow. This, like, look at this picture here, man. This thing is so cool looking, you know. But
hold on 1 second, guys. You can see my screen.
Yeah, my man Prince, real quick. I'm not able to go live, but my worry is last week they said people will be receiving emails about delivery. I've checked through my email and junk mail and see nothing. I know a few folks got canceled. See, and and it's true. Like, and then what ends up happening is you're going to be one of those guys that, you know, don't get it in your spam or don't get it at all. And they're like, oops, you missed the boat. And then literally, and then you're going to not get that call, and they're going to either charge you more because, you know, these are personal deliveries, you know, and you're going to get skipped.
Yeah. So this is the Kickstarter, right? And this was done, it was saying March 2024. So the Kickstarter closed December 7th. You know what I'm trying to say? This was the super duper VIP price. This was the one you only got, I think it was in the day before, right? Yeah. Because you guys were the ones that officially kind of announced it with the off the cuff, right? And it was that 24-hour window. You get it super duper dirt cheap. You know what I'm trying to say? Versus the $24.99 that what it is right now if you were to buy one, right? So that was the Kickstarter. So that's early. But then my number got changed up to 330. I was not one of the 300. I was not number 330, bro. I pre-ordered early, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mine changed up too. And they're saying, well, it was something different. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Then they charge shipping. They charge shipping way, like they charge shipping. Look at that. Back in June, they charged. No, back in April, another 280. You know what I'm trying to say? Saying that shipping was coming up. You got to pay shipping. You know what I'm saying? So you paid another. I paid another 280. So prepaid shipping. So on my case, it's 1,500 just for the plain Jane vanilla. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to throw the bash box in there. I got it with the PC just in case.
We did an interview. It says 10 months ago to this date.
Yeah.
So
and then here's you need to be sorry, I was about to curse, bro. You need to be the dude, Nicolas Cage, and the treasure thing to figure this out. You know what I'm trying to say? It make no damn sense here. How are you gonna figure this out? You know, in terms of these are coming by sea. The white with the full controller, 228 are batch 2 and 3. They arrived on the 10th. These arrived, you know, on the 20th, which passed. It's crazy.
Well,
so you can't figure this stuff out where you fit in.
I was one of the first to order.
Have they even showed a working model of the system?
Yeah, they got some dudes. The first 50. Go ahead, go into that one.
That's good.
Mensa, sorry, let me stop this.
A gentleman in his mansion reviewed it and showed it off. Thank you for that mansion review. We appreciate it. No, I'm just saying. But you kind of get what I'm innuendoing at, you know.
Right.
And he showed it off very well on P-Dub's Arcade Loft. Shout out again on that show. But, you know, at this point, you know, come to my house and personally put the shit together. At this point, I need the money. Give me back my money if this is the case. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, the love is gone. Like, when it's this late into the game, it really, you know, because, you know, you're excited then. You know, you got a whole burn in your pocket. I'm telling you, I mean, damn near 5K. Like, I went all in. Like, at first I was that, you know, that guy, that low budget $9.99 whatever order. Then as soon as his the other shit kicked in that he showed, the backlit, whatever the hell it's called, I went all in. I mean, I went all black, got the freaking computer, I got the marquee. I got a coin receptor on my shit. I could put quarters in my shit.
You went all out.
I went all out. I got the stand, magnets, all black.
It's real modular. Modules. It's real modular, Reggie. Like you can swap out. Mensa got all the glamour, all the extra stuff, bro.
But I'm getting treated like a second-class citizen. Feels like what?
Yeah. Wow, man.
Bro.
Well, what initially made you guys want this system? Like, what stuck out for you to make you like, I got to get this?
Well, you know, for me, it was I was tired of the community that I was in. I'm gonna be real. Like, I wanted to get out of that trailer trash community I was in. But overall, his product is great. I mean, it's pretty much steel, aluminum, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's commercial grade. It can go into arcade places. For me, the Senteis, and in the size of the Sentei form factor, it's pretty much like an arcade one-up, but the screen is larger. And it just made sense. And Tyler, you know, sold me. He's a good guy, you know, and everything about this was just cool, just super cool. Like, I was just tired of the BS from the other companies. And I mean, you've seen the videos, Arcade One Up laughing at me when it came to racist semantics, you know, literally the girl laughing at the fact that dude was going around calling the N-word, and she LOL in the email chain, you know, like, so it's time for me to go, you know. Yeah.
And the thing is with Kickstarters, is, right, they're not guaranteed, right?
Nope.
Like, so this thing got backed and he'd made off the Kickstarter 1.6, 1.7 million off that first Kickstarter, right? So it doesn't have to be delivered. I've had Kickstarters that I've backed, guys, that is dead, bro. Like, the guys is just gone. No one is and now nowhere near the 1,500 plus, the 2,500 plus with this one, but this was like 180, $200. You know what I'm trying to say? And the guy's just gone, and we can't get our money back. And Reggie, I hear what you're saying with the credit card thing, but with some of these, it gets to a point you know, I had another issue with something. It took 2 years for me to get it. And I called the credit card company and they was like, I did a dispute and the whole nine, right? And basically I was gonna have to go to small claims court because they said
What?
the
I lost
time
my
the
at
time
games
passed.
dispute.
Oh wow,
I lost
word?
my at games dispute, and I'm gonna
At
have to take
games. Oh
them.
my god.
I have to
Oh
take
my
them
god.
to small claims court.
Yeah,
Wow.
they are shady as hell, man. I
They're
couldn't believe
thieves,
some of the
straight
stuff
up
from them.
thieves. I paid them, and they still didn't get my product.
What?
This
Yeah.
is why this is why people just don't want to do the pre-order thing anymore. They want to see a working product and then they'll go from there.
But
These
see
companies-
and that's the problem with this product is the fact that if you don't get it while it's in its pre-order, it's like it's gone. When it's gone, it's gone. Like you just don't get the these are the type of things they're limited.
That's a part of the hustle.
Right.
That's to get you guys like pumped up and like, you know, willing to do it. And
but you know, he's not a warehouse either. He has to do it to order. Okay. You know, because he is one man. So you got to figure that this is coming from overseas. You know, if it was like Arcade One Up, it'd be a whole different story. You know, they can put out in batches and bunches and call it a day.
Right.
He's not doing none of that. Like he's very few far between in having, as of right now, like licenses and stuff like that. He's doing the emulator scene. You know, but he's doing it the right way. You know, so like say he's able to score like, you know, Atari Asteroid, then somebody's maybe able to edit that and he'll push that out as a really cool modern retro thing, you know, that he's got going on or something like that, you know, little stuff like that. He's almost got like his own little Steam UI, whatnot. So it was, like I said, it was a lot of good things about the Polycade. It's just this rollout has been a clusterfuck, Mr. Bushnell. It's been a clusterfuck. And I just wish you would be more transparent in talking to us, because you see this highlight that I put, you know, no refunds and, you know, to get the people in, whatnot. It's because that's I don't know what it is. I consider myself an educated guy. I don't know what's happening. What is happening? Where's, you know, Prince, a very reputable person, sitting here saying that he knows people whose orders are being canceled. That's scary. And then are they getting the refunds? You know, I don't know.
But because if you think about that, like think about that, right? If you think about, because you know, you guys know I talk about stuff from a business perspective, right? So if I use your money, I get a Kickstarter, I use your money, I order, and I do this bulk order from China, I get everything manufacturing, I figure it all out, right? Using your money and everything like that. And then I cancel your order because you paid $12.49, but I'm honoring somebody that could go on the website right now, and get their joint in October for $24.99. Right? Like that's kind of, you know, that's kind of like what Prince was saying, right? That it's like, yo, if people is getting their orders canceled because they got it when it was cheaper, you know, that's kind of messed up, right? Like you were saying, we should get all the love because we were Kickstarters, right? We were able to help fund it, you know, and it's just, I'm not saying this is what it is, but it smells like it, right? It smells like it. I'm not saying it is what it is, but since we're not getting communicated and people are told, yo, just don't ask us nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So,
it ends up being a situation.
Yeah, that sounds, very bad. So before they even said that, when the date passed for the original release, did they even give you an updated release? Is it gonna, did they say even possibly this year?
That was it was, he put out projected dates for the every projected date that's been put out has been a bust.
How many have there been?
Oh man, like he's updated since March. So the bat, it's just screwed up, man. Like I don't even know I can't even give you a timeline. Like those emails are out there. It's just but it doesn't mean a damn thing to the guy who doesn't have it. So to me, it's all been, you know, a bust in the shipments for me, my perspective, because I spent damn near $5,000. I know everybody didn't spend no $5,000. You know, I'm not saying I'm a rich guy. I'm just saying I spent that much.
But you went all out for it, man.
I did go all out. And so where the fuck is my product? Like, just tell me.
That's like me, like, like you buying stuff. It's like, hey, when am I gonna get my stuff? Hey, don't ask me nothing, man. Just just wait, or don't I say nothing? That's insane. That's horrible communication. Don't ask me nothing. So,
Right.
I guess what I want to say here now is like, hopefully the people who are watching, you guys, like when it comes to pre-orders, everybody be very careful on certain products. You just never know, especially even if it's Kickstarted or whatever like that. You know, a lot of stuff is being sold to people as like an awesome item to get, and then when it comes to deliver, these guys just like they go silent on you, which is scary. You know, and you already gave them the money and everything like that. So I guess. Oh, go
when
ahead.
you type in the Polycade Sente right here on, like, I put Polycade Sente review on YouTube, and I'm getting like 8 videos from 8 months to 10 months ago. Like, where's the recent ones? Oh, here we go. Here's the 3 weeks ago video. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up.
Share it if you can.
Yeah. Presents. Let's see here.
But Reggie, you're spot on, man. People got to be cautionary, and it ruins it for future people, right? Future indie developers. You know, future somebody wants to do some hardware and they need people to kickstart it. It's gonna ruin it because I'm not gonna do this again, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and I've backed other things. I backed the Infinity Game Table. I was one of the early backers and everything. My name is in the credits. You know, and they delivered, but that was about a little over a G. This is way over a G. You know what I'm saying? Like Mensa said, he got 5 G's invested into this, man. That ain't chump change, bro. People work hard for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of eggs. You know, everything going up.
So I see that he the people who got a review unit were like this guy has like, I think he has like 1 million subscribers, so they wanted to get him to promote it and everything. And then I see some other people barely have any subscribers.
Yeah, this guy's got 54 subscribers, and you saw the innuendos I was getting at earlier. Like, interesting.
I'm going to start by showing you the end result, where I hung the unit in my home. It's actually in my office.
Get canceled. Do you think he's a lawyer?
You know, there are a lot of ways you can order and configure.
He threatened to sue him to get one. And said, yeah.
Commercial use with
looked them up.
A coin accepting unit and a bill scanner and some other.
Oh, I mean, the guy got everything I got.
Features that you might.
He got yours, bro.
He got mine. You took my product, man.
He flexing the house.
I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, it's white. Like, bruh.
An avid end user, and
it doesn't make sense. He ordered. See, that's the BS. Where is the logic? Because he got the works. No, I got more. I got a damn marquee.
You got the marquee and you got side graphics too, right?
Yeah, I got the side graphics, marquee, all that good shit.
Here's where I put it in my office.
A stand.
And here's where I hung the controller.
And a coin receptor.
And
the module stuff hanging on the wall.
Here's what I received from Polycade. 2 boxes. The largest.
They do want to make money off his kids. Why he got the bill receptor if he got it in his office?
It's made of steel. Which you'll see.
He's trying to make money off his kids, bro. Like, you ain't playing this, bro. Give up the dough.
A bit of a surprise. Is retro video game emulation.
I got one of my calves. I don't know how to get it. It's a free play. So I got a quarter just up top.
Good size.
That I keep my Marvel cab, yo. I just keep putting the quarter in and out.
I wonder how many these are actually made.
And then down here, a few other handy things.
See, and I like it. I like this one, Reggie. You was asking a question earlier. You see how he's doing a modular stuff. I like that you can have other systems in it. So, you know, you can have it like a Vuelix almost, where you can hook up like a PS3, PS4. You know what I'm trying to say? Also, I got it with a PC, and some people got it with a PC, but you can put other things into it too with the right adapters if you wanted to, right? But it's got a 16:9 LCD in there though, right? But so I wanted to use this one for the more modern stuff, right? So if there was ever for more modern stuff that I wanted to play, it has a built-in camera and all that good stuff too. So I wasn't gonna use it for like the super retro stuff because I already got a main machine, you know, full size main cap for that. But I was gonna use it for that and for my Sindens because this thing is basically plug and play for Sindens. I mean, that was one of the accessories. That's what you Mensa, that's one of the things you got with it too, right? Sindens? Or did you add that?
I didn't order Sindens, but yeah, you can get them.
Man, look how happy he looks. He
have
paused in
Sindens
a
already.
perfect scene.
But this dude got the 3D camera stick. Like this is like, you know, lifestyles of the rich and famous.
He must be
like,
Tyler's accountant.
Is this arcade
Tyler's
tour?
accountant or Tyler's
well, that's what I was thinking because I'm like, usually you just start with the arcade, like just showing the room that it's in, but he's showing his house, like, hey, check it out.
Man, like this dude's door is more than my house than the Polycade. Like, he's like, chump change. I spent $1.
Take you there right now.
Look at that. He got to step outside.
Order and configure the center.
He's got to go. He got to walk outside to the back of his house.
Commercial use with.
Oh no! It's his other building. Oh fuck that, man! I'm turning this off.
He said that's his office, so he's got one of those
building.
Oh, he's got like
daughter
a
houses.
house. Yeah, that's probably what that is. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wow, dude.
What is it, mother daughter or in-laws? My wife, you know, my wife is a realtor. I don't know that stuff though, dude. My brain's hard drive. I can't learn that real estate industry, bro. My hard drive's at capacity.
There's a couple of people that have gotten their systems, and at least 3 YouTubers that
right
we know.
50 subscribers, you know, like me.
But one guy got his stuff a year ago though. That's like, wow, really? They gave him the prototype. Yeah.
Well, it's the same bloody like it doesn't make any sense right now. Like what is happening? And you know, I've heard of stories of people ordering, you know, upwards to 6+, you know, or maybe that amount, you know, for their like arcade, you know, and we knew way back that it wasn't necessarily going to come in on time, which is understandable to a degree, but it's not the problem that it's delayed. The problem is the communication. Give us a response.
Yeah.
Don't keep telling. And the whole I'll tell you, you don't, you know, don't ask me, I'll tell you, like that is a no-go. You know, that really irks me. That gets under my skin. Because I feel that if I was to go in this Discord and rise it up, all I'm gonna get is from, I know there's just nothing gonna be the loyals, like, you know, good things come to those who wait. Shut the fuck up. Like, no. Like, don't talk to me like I'm a kid. Like, I'm not some, you know, sap that's gonna kiss butt, you know, even though when I'm getting screwed over. No. You know, I'm the customer here, dang it.
So with the situation now, like where do you go now with this system now? Like
man, and that's the problem. I have a small platform, but you know, that's why I made this platform. It was to voice myself, because people take advantage of people like me who don't have a voice. You know, so it's not for me, it's never about how many views are looking, it's who's looking. Right. So if Mr. Bushnell's looking right now, I reached them. You know what I mean? Versus, or if the right people are looking. And I'm not hostile towards him. I love the guy. He come through, tell me I'm completely wrong. I ain't gonna say nothing less. You know, if he wants to explain more about what's happening in transparency, but the way it's going about, it's a cluster, in my opinion, and it's a cluster to a lot of other people I know. This isn't some jealousy stint of, oh, why did he get his and I didn't get mine? I don't know where my product is at, and my friends' orders are getting canceled. That's scary.
Yeah, that's the shit. Transparency. That's all. That's all you're asking for, man. That's not too much to freaking ask for, bro.
And you know, and like you said, you know, where I go? Well, there's only a few places I can go. I could shut up the color and not even get my product, but I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna go down easy. You know, I'm gonna be that little thorn that keeps poking the bear. You know, what's up? Where you at? You know, John from IRK thought he could do that to me, and he learned the hard way.
IRK, are they still around?
Oh no, they went bankrupt, and I exposed the fact that they weren't paying their taxes for the last 3 years, and he had to give up the scam.
Damn, really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I was that guy.
They built a Sydney arcade. I think they think one of them built the Sydney. Well, it was an exclusive Sydney arcade, Sydney Hunter arcade game for one of my friends, John Lester. He does like this expo called Game On, and
ask him where that Hunter arcade's at. Does he still have it?
I think so. Yeah, because he shows it. He brings it to the conventions and everything like that. But I remember they used to have some of their products at their shows, and I only see that one there now. The Sydney arcade. So they're kind of.
How long ago did you see it? A year ago?
I think it was last year, earlier this year, maybe.
I swear I know somebody who owns it right now.
Really?
Because I had the whole man's Shopify. I think he made 1 or 2. So it was really messed up because I know people who pre-ordered for that, and then he played the good old boy, and he only made it specifically for that one person, even though he advertised it to be sold. Wait, am I getting the right one? I have to see it again. I might have the wrong product. Prince could correct me.
How many titles did they? How many arcades did they have before they went out of business? Did they make it like a good amount before they kind of?
No, I mean, as far as like when you look at the overall, like he would have ran into the ground just through the Kickstarter alone. He lied and said there was over 10,000, which is just a complete lie because on the Kickstarter it said only 1,200, if that. When you look at when I was speaking to like Mystery Encoder and getting his numbers, and then looking at my numbers through the pure count through the Shopify sales alone, you're looking at between like 4,500 to, and I'm being generous with the 5,000 count. So I just go ahead and say 5,000 and less. So, but you got to look at the math of the sell prices of the games he was selling. He would have never made profit.
Wow.
He would have never made profit because you got to look at 100% needs to buy it. Ain't nobody buying them. Because he had upward to about 300 titles, which sounds great if 250 of them weren't in dog crap. And when I say like, we're talking titles you never heard of. We're talking 2024 Coleco version homebrew games, like homebrew. Wow. And then his followers will be like, oh, it's a 10 out of 10. And it's like, you a damn lie. What's wrong with you, man? What's going on here? Like, really? A 10 out of 10
chill
for a homebrew? Like, chill out. It was wow. It was scary. The cult was scary. Scary.
Let's ask Reggie his thoughts on full size and 3/4 and all that stuff, man.
My opinion, arcades. Look, man, the 3/4 arcades were cool when they first came out. They banked on pretty much people's nostalgia. But when it comes to like playing your arcade game, you don't want to be playing like that dude we saw in that video where he was all leaned back. Remember that, Will? That picture? I don't know if I have that picture saved, but it was hilarious. This dude was like leaning. He was like a bigger guy, whatever, like that. But he was so awkwardly trying to play the arcade, and it was trying to make it look cool. But you could tell this guy had never played an arcade game before. I feel like they should have sold like a full arcade at a more expensive price, of course, obviously, because people want they want the large arcade. You don't want to have to buy a riser and all that stuff, which people did at the time. But when it came down to it, they started building the full size arcades, which was cool. They should have started from that point on, I think, in the beginning.
I agree with you.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. And now.
And then also too, the countercades would have been a cool option as well. With those arcades as well, I thought, because I like the countercades. Now, I'm not saying I paid full price for mine. I got them when they were on sale, so I got a bunch of them, which is cool. Would have I bought them like for full price? Probably not, because it's just more entertainment purposes. Like if people come over or whatever like that, you got these arcades set up. It's nice. Or you just have arcade. You have a game room. It's nice to have your stuff set up in there to kind of feel that nostalgia. You know what I mean? But I feel like a lot of these companies were banking on people's nostalgia like that, and we're older now. It's not like we're throwing a bunch of parties and everything like that. Where people are coming over playing the arcade games. It's just nice to kind of look at and kind of have that remembrance and everything. But I do like them. I do like them. I'll say that. And I don't know all the history with Arcade 1-Up. You know what I mean? I didn't really follow it. You know, so a lot of people hate him. A lot of people love him, I think. Or I don't know if a lot of people love him. I see a lot of people shilling for him. I'm like, damn, dude, these guys shilling hard. Like, this one guy dedicated his whole channel to like Arcade 1-Up, and now I'm not hearing anything but one Arcade Up. And now that guy's like, he's trying to do something else now, and it's too late because all his people are like, what up, Arcade 1-Up fans. So like, what do we do now? You know,
Retro off.
There's a couple people I don't know, but it's like I seen one guy. I was like, dang, dude, like this guy. I remember one guy. He was saying like, hey guys, Arcade 1-Up is having these great deals, man. These great deals, and the games were being sold for the regular price. I don't remember what he said, man. I remember when I looked up what he said about deals, and then it was fake news. I was like, dude, this guy's full of shit. And I was like, I was done with it. I stopped watching. I saw that's when I started noticing that people were like bringing the word shill back, and you know these guys were like just saying anything just to get people impressed with Arcade 1-Up so they could get something sent to them or whatever like that. You know, these guys will say anything, and it's unfortunate about that. I even mentioned that in my video. Be careful of certain people out there, because I was honest in my talk about Arcade 1-Up. You know, I said, hey, I got these for this price. I like them, like, you know, I like them for this price and everything like that. But I wasn't like telling people, hey, go out and buy this countercade or whatever like that. You know, I was just giving my opinion on what I felt about them at the time and for the price I paid. You know, but a lot of these guys are telling you to go buy them and trying to get like in good graces with the company so they can get something sent to them. And some of these guys aren't even gamers. They just want it. They just want it just to have it. Don't even play video games. Just say, hey, get this arcade to show you I got this arcade. Let's show it a little bit of flex. Like I'm cool too, guys. I play arcade games. And then the guy is in the picture like looking all awkward. Like, wow. So
I agree 100% with you about the arcade being full scale. The problem is, and I was just talking to my man Prince about this today. It's not the fact that they made good or bad products. It's the problem is for me, or actually for the company, was these guys are broke in a sense. They can't afford a full size cabinet. So if they're already complaining about, you know, an actual decent price of like $5.99 or whatever, and the reason why I say decent, and this is my argument, is that if you go on to not eBay, but damn it, I forgot the name of that site, but where, you know, where they sell like the wooden frames of the cabinets and stuff like that. Long story short, you're looking at just $300 alone for the molding. So Arcade 1-Up does the form factor for the cabinet, which to me is kind of fair. Granted, it's a single board computer, but it's a legal licensed games in it, right? So they win at that. But if they can't even afford the $5.99, how the heck are they going to actually afford the real deal? You know, you know, chrome plating or whatever, real receptors, real all that, the weight of the cabinet.
Adding online functionality and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're not going to afford. Like, look, if they could afford, they'd be buying up the Polycade right now. And that's the problem, is that they talk all this game like, hey, you know, Arcade 1-Up, you know what to do. You know, I'll buy this. Okay, but you can't, because I know you can't. And I'm not talking. It's just these guys. I've seen dudes like hundreds of them, because I have a group with like up 800 plus, and there's another group with like, you know, 20s or 7,000. It's the arcade stuff. Glenn Palamento, GRS Gaming or whatever, and a couple other folks, they were selling their products, and we're talking like $25, and they would sit there and cuss them out because they couldn't afford it. Like, this is too much. I'm like, what? The product's $20 and it's about to transform your machine. And they would cry because they could not afford it. They had to wait because they had to pay the bills and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, priorities, good stuff, but good Lord, maybe this isn't your hobby. Sorry, but
no, it's cool, like, man. It's just, you know, you're putting it out there. I do want to ask you guys this, since we did talk about Arcade 1-Up. Are they still in business? Are they still selling stuff?
Arcade 1-Up?
Yes.
I guess they are. I don't think they're, personally, I predicted they're not going to be in business by, you know, of course, the whole, you know, clock is right twice a day, right? But I predicted a year ago they're not going to make it through 2025 is my prediction.
Oh, so it's winding down.
And it's not that I don't think they're going to be completely gone. They're just not going to be here the way we know them. Like you were saying, the form factors are going to change. I think they're going to go to smaller form factors, like the countercades or just more toy items. But this whole coronavirus thing that they had going on where they were successful, I think that era is gone.
Oh, 100%. That's probably one of the reasons why they blew up so much too. Everybody was at home.
That was my opinion. It was the coronavirus that put them on. I know it was for me, stuck in the house.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do when you?
I just don't think there's any form factors left, right, that would really excite people and really sell. Besides, and this is out in Reggie's neck of the woods, man, out there in Seattle. Besides the big N, I'm trying to say Nintendo, right? I got to be specific there, guys. My bad. I'm trying to say Nintendo because Donkey Kong Punch Out. I'm trying to say Donkey Kong 1, 2, 3 Punch Out. Those kind of form factors. And Nintendo ain't licensing that stuff out. They'll still sue people if they even try to do side art around that stuff, because Nintendo will move at their own pace and come out with the stuff themselves if they ever re-release or do 3/4 calves themselves. They're not going to license that stuff out. Those are the only ones I can really see, because correct me if I'm wrong, guys, what other form factors are out there that would excite people or games that would excite people to get it in a 3/4 calf format at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like,
the only one that was out there, but it would only be for people like me who lived or cultured, would be the whole the Vuelich style cabinets, which Unico is trying to put out, etc.
Right.
But that's not for everybody. Like a traditional American, the 80s, 90s arcade ain't trying to hear that. I love it
us because we're older,
for me because I was overseas.
Yes. For you, that's exactly. And those things came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it's sort of like when Reggie was talking about GameStop and they got them retro shops, the GameStop employee, and you can't blame them. You know what I'm trying to say? The GameStop employee ain't even know. What was it you was asking him, Reggie, about cart games?
He didn't even know what they. Yeah, he didn't even know what it was. Like, what? Like carts? What do you mean, sir? Like, I was like, oh, and I didn't pressure him because obviously, like he wasn't trained or whatever like that. But do
you need to be? Because it's like the generation gap is amazing. Like, these kids don't know.
It's just too much. GameStop is too much money for them to go that far with that stuff, I guess. You know what I mean? Like they kind of took advantage of retro over the years. And when I say take advantage of it, they kind of like when they had retro games in their store, like real retro games, they would throw the boxes away, manuals and stuff like that, and to squeeze a little bit of room in their store. And all that stuff was damaged. And dumpster diving back then was great, and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, now they're trying to jump back into retro, and it's not going to work for them because they didn't appreciate it. They had the chance to appreciate that stuff, and they didn't. And one store that did, I don't know if you guys remember Game Crazy. They took all that stuff, which was fantastic. Game Crazy had your back. They might not have had the game you wanted, like for that system, but they carried Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo, a lot of old school stuff as well as new stuff. And so, GameStop dropped the ball on that.
It's sad because like you said, they would buy it from you from pennies on the dollar, and it's like, why are they taking it from us just so they can throw it in the dumpster?
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was egregious that they would get rid of people's games like that. It's like, y'all need to put this stuff in our archive, save it, and bring it back out, and you'd be making a fortune. Like they could have monopolized the retro scene. Period.
They could have, and they tried the whole retro thing. Like this is their third time, I believe, doing it. Like they tried all kind of stuff to get back in good grace. Like they even took back movies for a little while, DVD movies and Blu-rays.
Wow.
It was like it lasted a couple of weeks, but
I remember my dad, man. We had a whole what do you call it, chest over here, and he he swore off DVDs for the longest. Like he just could not transfer over. And then he got into DVDs, and then Blu-ray came. He was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Who's I'm Kachina Polyfade. I'm a Kachina Polyfade. What the fuck?
Oh.
RMS Titanic Delivery Cargo Services Inc. Oh, here we go. Hello.
Yo, guys, what's up?
What's going
What's
on?
going?
Oh, right.
How you doing?
Oh, great. This is Prince.
Oh, what's up,
Oh,
man?
shit.
I didn't recognize your voice. I was like, you got some info for me?
I love the name. I love the name.
I love it.
Polyfade, yes,
I'm a
that's
catch in a
hilarious.
Polyfade.
What's up, Prince? It's my
What's
boy
going-
Prince
Dude.
right here. Prince.
You know, and that's why I was saying that, right? Because I don't understand what form factors out there. There's nothing that excites me. I do like the fact what Reggie said earlier, right? I can dig a full size, right? Finally, a full size, so that way people that are above average height, right? That want to play on it. So that way, like Reggie was saying, that picture where homeboy is like crouched, you know what I'm trying to say, like arching his back, like he doing the arch your back challenge and shit. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff, that's crazy, right? And people using risers and putting them on here or whatever like that, right? So I can see a full size. I just think the economics around a full size is tough. This Polycade is shipping via freight or whatever it is, cargo ship, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you know, the same thing with the Unico, right? When it's shipped to you and it's heavy, you're paying $300-$400. You know, I got my full size made out of full wood, and I got to pay people like that do like you ship or whatever like that do like the Pony Express style to bring me full size cabs to my house because I don't got a pickup truck to pick it up or a box, whatever those things. So I'm wondering what's the economics around it. The shipping alone got to be crazy for somebody to come out. I know there's some people that are being ambitious right now. GRS announced, and everybody home arcade community that's hungry is jumping on that. But I just don't, you know me, I think business. So chime in, guys. Like, I don't understand the economics around it. And then you're running out of space, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got people giving up their bedrooms to have arcade cabinets. Like, come on, bro.
Wow.
Like, I ain't trying to
You got
shame nobody, but that's crazy.
You're gonna have two competitors in this shit, and it's gonna be John D. Do you know about him, Reggie?
No.
So he's the head license guy for Arcade One Up, and he's pretty much made a name, positive and negative, for himself in the scene. Only, and I don't mean negative because he's a bad person. I think he's a great person. But what I mean by that is that he was one of the only ones in the on the company. He put himself out there. He was basically the rep.
Really?
And he wasn't scared to, speak.
Well, he wasn't that guy who was willing to fight people at conventions, because I heard about a guy that worked there who was mad if anybody said anything to him, and
I don't know.
Conventions or whatever.
I don't know about that. You heard about Arcade One Up guy doing that?
Yeah, one of their guys, that representatives, that was like talking like for the company, and people would talk crap about Arcade One Up to him, and then he would threaten to fight him at conventions. This is what I heard from a close friend of mine, though. So I didn't confirm it.
I'm gonna be real with you. It depends on that friend, my man, because a lot of those guys be slandering in their own way. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it offline, but I don't know about that. Like, I do know that there was a iArcade guy who likes to call himself a lawyer, and he the rumor is allegedly, like that, sexually harassed one of his employees, and he said, and he threatened him, like, I'm gonna kick your ass because you know what your nephew did, because she was sexually harassed at the convention.
Damn, why people fighting over 3/4 calves, bro?
God, man, I know they go insane.
So that's the story I heard. But yeah, that would be crazy if that's true. But no, I don't think so. But either way, he's the head license guy. He worked with Sony, Capcom. He was able to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for iArcade. Then you have GRS, Glenn's products. And I don't know. I'm gonna be frank, more of a wholesaler, and he's got a passion for the community, which is great, and so people support him a lot. They got into I was actually gonna bring this up on another show. I'll just bring it up here now. They got into a tussle about Glenn, he sold what they call an arcade stick. The arcade stick was a model of a Tron stick. And I guess they tried to work out a deal. This is just what I know. And it didn't fall through the way things, the other person wanted. And then that's when the personal beef started where, oh, you screwed me over, XYZ. But in the end, you got to think, do you own Disney? Do you own Tron? Did you even have a right to sell what you sold? You should have probably just took the money and ran. That didn't happen. The other person got actual licensing and patents for what they made. And then the other person tried to say that they took it. The problem is I'm only being factual here. I can take that exact, I'm air quoting, arcade stick that the other person was selling. I could sell it myself because that's how wholesale works. You go on these specific Chinese sites, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can put in, the product you want, slap your sticker on it, and call it a day.
Young DeMarco.
Just saying. That's how it works. That's how the market works. So you ever notice when you go into these poor shops and whatnot, you see a lot of stuff from Temu or Alibaba, right?
Right.
That's because they're legally allowed to sell it like that. They are legally allowed to do that because that's wholesale. You get it straight from the manufacturer and they'll allow you to sell it under your market. That's what maybe the other person does. And so you're going to look at a product that's doing, that's going to appease the fan base because he is reputable of knowledge, with his form factor. But as far as licenses are concerned, it ain't going to happen. I'm going to be real. So you're looking at emulations and ROMs, stuff like that. So that's where you want to be at. Then you got the purists out there who don't like to do none of that. That's where John D will come in, who can get actual licensings for the product that he's putting out. So it depends on where you want to go. That's
okay.
But right now,
my bad, I was on mute.
Oh,
I was saying
right now they're beefing because they put out statements, both of them.
But it's like, yo, they if somebody talk about your mama, somebody talk about your wife. I understand fighting somebody, wanting to fight somebody, but somebody talk about your arcade, one up, man. Come on, bro. And this is, listen, I'm older now, and back in the day, I had Google Glass. I was one of the whatever 6,000 people that had Google Glass, and I paid like $1,800 for it. My wife made fun of me because I got laser surgery in my early 20s to not have to wear glasses again. And here it is. I paid $1,800 to Google to wear these glasses, these futuristic glasses, right? But it got bad to a point where people were mad because they thinking, oh, are you recording me, et cetera, et cetera. So I was in New York, and this one guy walked by me and called me a glass hole. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm sitting there. I was like Marty McFly when he got called chicken. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to fight a dude in New York Penn Station. Yeah, I'm about to fight a dude. And then when I got home, I was like, yo, it just hit me, right? Because that was the emotion then. But then it hit me, and that's when I got rid of the Google Glass and I gave it away to this university so these developers could develop for it. And because I was like, yo, what am I doing getting into a fight over this? Google don't even pay my ass. So who the hell, even if you got paid by Arcade One Up, I ain't gonna fight nobody for a company that's owned by whoever they own by now, Tastemakers, and don't they make Furbies or some shit? Oh, this was the person. Yeah, Reggie, this the picture you was talking about?
Oh my God, yeah. That was it, dude. I was like, dude, man, how the hell do you play arcade like that's so uncomfortable?
Damn, that's on a riser too, bro.
It's on a it's on a riser.
Michael B. But yeah, you're right. Michael, my man here, Michael B. Good dude, big guy. I think he used to be like a wrestler back in the day. I want to interview him later on and ask about that. But yeah, yeah, he about to break his knee.
Yeah, I love Michael B, but it looks like he's dodging a Hadouken.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll have to play this clip.
Yo, that's like when little kids, they move the joystick, like they jump and they move the joystick. It looked like he's ducking a Hadouken and shit.
Michael could probably throw that shit like 100 feet, man. Make that whole freaking cabinet up. You got to put like some sandbags in that cabinet.
All that. He's got a lot of one-up arcade stuff in there. Arcade one-up stuff there. So.
Oh yeah.
Even the pinballs and everything.
Oh yeah, he's got a good collection. But he lives out there in Nova Scotia, man. So like, it ain't cheap, man, to have his type of collection. Man, I googled that stuff, man. That's like where you want to go during a zombie apocalypse.
Really?
He's out there, man. It's a whole other country. It's in Canada. I mean, it's in boomsticks, man. Like good luck. Like he got to take a ferry to hit reality.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he out there, man.
It's like Balky from Perfect Stranger.
Yo, that's gotta hurt you. That's gotta hurt your back, bro.
Yeah, that's all I can think about seeing that picture. Is like your back. I mean, I understand putting your groove into it when you're playing a game, but it's like, damn, that looks very uncomfortable, man. And then you playing a fighting game too. Like,
put in a back crack noise
that long. You playing like that, you know. It's kind of weird for us, like in America, because we had stand-up arcades, so we got used to it being close up to each other. But in Japan, they had sit-down arcades, you know, with full screens. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that until maybe like 15 years ago about the sit-down arcade. I was like, what, really? I mean, no, I actually knew about
it, man. It was the greatest because they would make those arcades where they're like back to back. So like you be on one side playing, Soul Calibur, and then the other person who wants to face off on you, he's on the other side.
Yeah.
You had the whole screen of yourself playing someone else. It was fun, man, because you could sit down, drink,
Right. And it wasn't that crazy tension too about
throwing
elbows at each other.
Oh no, it was
that
relaxed. It was like it was camaraderie when you played. I remember 100%. When I was a kid, I had Tekken 2 came out for the first time, and I knocked the dude. I was button mashing. I was playing Paul, and I knocked the dude out, and the dude pushed me almost to the ground, man. Like, this guy's an adult, and he was seriously about to fight me. But that was back when like girls and stuff would go to the arcades, and they're all giggling. But yeah,
they wanted to be where the dudes were at.
Me up for real, because I one shot and knocked his ass out.
Wow, man! Like I think well, that would have been more expensive if they focused on doing a sit-down arcade like that, But I don't know. Just think about.
Reggie, you ever fought somebody in the arcade? You were saying y'all jostling with elbows and everything like that.
I seen it, because when I came up, when I started actually going to arcades on my own, Street Fighter 2 was the hype game.
Yeah,
and that's what everybody's playing. So that was the first game where I saw people putting up their quarter, like I got next and everything.
Quarters
like
on
that.
The glass.
And
let me ask you this question. Speaking of that, I'm sorry, Reggie. Let me just ask you this question. When we talk, because now we got into talking about fights and everything like that. Early on, when arcade went up and they had online, people started doing. When I went to the arcades, and again, I grew up in the hood though. When I went to arcades, if you played cheesy, you might get snuffed out, bro. You might get punched. But then people was playing online and these tournaments. I remember JLS Gaming sponsored a lot of these tournaments early on with arcade one ups. And people playing cheesy and shit. And I was like, bro, I
saw that.
Listen, I don't, the whole, what is it, shorts and then throw somebody, I'm trying to say a short, a jumping short, they blocking it and you sitting there throwing people, these people playing cheesy. And I was like, yo, bro, I've seen fights break out because of that, like straight up. And I'm like, these people doing it online, they're like, get good. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, you hiding behind online, man. But what's your thoughts with that, man? You used to see stuff like that?
Mostly I would see mostly like a fight with like a sports game or something like that, maybe, nothing too crazy, nothing like, like they about to fight on spot like that. But I used to see like get a little scuffly when they were playing a sports game or something like that. But not really with a fighting game, because I felt like, from what I saw, those guys were cool once they took a break or whatever like that, but the tension happened morally during the fight or whatever like that. But buttons weren't working properly or something like that, or there was like neck and necks, things like that. I would see like that, kind of like that scuffle, whatever like that. But when it came down to it, luckily I didn't see nothing, too crazy or whatever like that. But the craziest thing I seen when it comes to people playing video games is when they play sports games. Man, sports games is like on another level and stuff like that. So that's when you probably see someone get killed or whatever like that over that crap. but never seen it really during a fighting game. Seen it just get a little scuffly, but nothing too crazy.
So early on, this is what I did, and I was an a-hole when I did this. So early on, Street Fighter 2, the original Street Fighter 2, and then the early ROM versions. So I used to know how to do the handcuffs, the Gao handcuffs, and
I remember that glitch.
Oh, bro. So I used to do that. I was an a-hole, bro. I used to do that when I'm playing people, bro. And that jams up the machine. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'd sit there. I remember playing one dude, and I was young. I was real young then, 11, 12 years old. And I was an a-hole doing that. And this one dude really wanted to fight me over that 1/4, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I did the handcuffs on him. Yeah. And then I was just jumping around the screen. And he was like, yo, what the F, blah, 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 this, that, then some. He said, yo, you owe me. So I had to run him 1/4, bro. Otherwise, I would have caught the fade, man. Like Prince, I would have caught the fade back then. I had to run him a damn 1/4.
Yeah.
And restart the machine, bro. But that was funny. It still was funny as hell, hitting them with the handcuffs and then posing with the freeze and everything like that. But I've seen the fights where people, like Toxin was saying, where people are doing cheesy, because people used to do them 100 infinite combos too. I remember seeing that. I went to, was it a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, where somebody did
a Chuck E. Cheese, really?
Yeah, somebody did the. Yeah, because somebody, it was, I think, the original X-Men Children of the Atom, where they did the unlimited, the infinite, I think it was the Cyclops combo, like juggling you, and it was like, yo, people was ready to fight, bro. So that's why when the home arcade and these tournaments that people was throwing in, again, JLS was sponsoring them. I'm like, yo, dude, I don't know, bro. I grew up in a different time.
Yeah, these guys are a little bit different, quite different from our time, man. Like they'll talk crap, but they're not trying to fight each other like that or whatever. So so that's a good thing. But I guess in our time it was a bit more dangerous. I didn't go to arcades as much as I want to because I just didn't have the money for it. So the more of the time, I was at home. But when I went to the arcade, though, it was kind of like whatever kind of arcade it was like a mall arcade or just a small arcade, it really depended on what games they had. But fighting games, that's when you would see the crowd and everything like that, So I think, oh, go ahead.
No, my bad. About the pivot. Go ahead.
I think I would morally see, I think most of the fights I actually saw too when it came to a fighting game was actually Mortal Kombat, because one of the ways you could insult your opponents by doing a fatality on them. Talk crap.
Babality.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, because the fatality was like, man, that's just like you get beat and you get killed. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just disrespect, and that's why they don't really allow that stuff in Mortal Kombat today. Like when you're in the tournament, they don't doing the fatalities like looked down upon and everything. So,
I saw one guy get banned because he did like crouching, so it was like teabagging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got banned from the whole tournament. Like, yo.
Oh man, why? Because it's unsportsmanlike.
Yeah,
that's what they consider. You guys get emotional over that stuff,
which was wild because I think they were all friends. So he's like, it confused them because that's what they all do to each other. It was like one of the first bans for it.
See, that's the thing, bro. Chuck E. Cheese. I know some people in the audience are saying like about getting in fights at Chuck E. Cheese and laughing. Yo, the ghetto Chuck E. Cheeses, they be fighting over food, over seats, bro. Like I went to one up in, I think it was Stamford, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying?
Babysitting. Parents be living the kids and stuff around. Like what?
Yeah, they get in fights. They be ghetto ratchet, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like so.
Chuck E. Cheese still. I remember Chuck E. Cheese I went to, man. I remember when Chucky was playing one of the arcade games. I remember the kids kept going up and kicking them and everything. It was ghetto as hell, man. I was like, wow, man, like just like insane. Man,
yo,
I'm surprised Chuck E. Cheese is still around.
Yeah, they keep rebranding.
That's how they stay afloat, huh?
Oh yeah. Now, actually, I just saw a Chuck E. Cheese commercial that actually has me interested in going. Every game is one token.
Wow.
I'm like, oh,
they still got the animatronics there.
I think that the last ones got taken out maybe 5 years ago.
Man, those things are creepy looking.
Oh my! Hey, I have a video from way back where one of the eyeballs was broken, so it was like doing all this cross-eyed stuff.
Oh Lord!
Hey, but give it up for the the so-called arcades that made the lesser licensed games known. And what I mean by that, the 7-Eleven games, the Kmart arcades, you know, Combat Tribes, Bad Dudes. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Them games were dookie, but they were good. They were the games that you had to play when Double Dragon wasn't available.
Combat Tribes is available for that for that. What's that system, Reggie? The one that
Evercade.
Yeah, they're coming out with a countercade.
Yeah, so
modular countercade, right?
Yeah, I love to talk about that real fast.
So
that countercade impressed me, man, because you could put different cartridges in there. And now, mainly when I get one, I'm going to play mainly the arcade type games on there. But it's nice that you're going to be able to play the home games on there too, and just pretty much all the games they made for the system. You know, it's just pretty cool to have something like that. That's what arcade One Up. Is it Arcade One Up or One Up? I know I keep saying it backwards. Probably Arcade One Up.
Yeah.
That's what they should have kind of did. You know what I mean? Make cartridges for people to plug in the system so they had to worry about, you know, just having a certain games on there.
So I learned something about all that doing this whole hardware stuff. So licensing is really crazy. So a lot of people, you know, so like it seems like it's easy and it's not. And what I mean by that is that it's the sell factor. So say, I don't know, let's use Combat Tribes. You know, it's the most popular game out, and you know we wanted to get it on Bashbox, right? They'll go, okay, you can have it, but it can't go in any arcade. It's got to be on console only. Okay, and it's got to be digital only. So then, like, you know, will it be physical? Like, no, it won't be physical. You know, like, so like they get real precise because, say, Arcade One Up. Or no, Evercade, they want to do physical. They're like, okay, well, we'll let you do physical, but we don't need competition with our own license. So you get digital, you get physical, like that. It goes like that. So people have to take turns, and like the license holder has the key is to that. Right. It's not even about even if you have the money. You know, example, if it's a larger company like Capcom, you know, they don't care less because they know they're going to make money off of their stuff. Right. So it's what they say, what they do. And it's a slow process. You know, people got to be taking turns. You notice that a lot of these games don't come out at the same time or the same company, even though the other company will eventually release it, but it'll be like 6 months, you know, down the line because they don't want competition with their own IPs. Yeah, so a little secret, guys. Fire me.
That's annoying, you know, but I guess
that's what
the way it is
coming out of meetings.
Wow. that's crazy. But yeah, man, just the whole thing with the Evercade is going to be pretty cool, I think. So I believe it comes out in November. And as you guys know, I'm into the countercades. I got a bunch of them.
Did you pre-order?
No pre-order for me, man. You know.
See, at least but imagine if they were like, this is like, say they already established their reputation, you know. And then they're like, hey, you got to pre-order it because limited, right?
Right.
That's what Polycade did, you know, like, because it's not like, you know, a year later I can go, well, I'll just get one when the whole thing has died down. Nope. They're made to order. For every order, they'll make just yours. It's not like he's got 500 in the warehouse somewhere rotten. He can't afford to do that. So full circle back, you know, like Jesus.
So what do you personally think of them though? Those countercades from Evercade?
Oh, I love it. I think they have an amazing because people are still hanging on to, and this is a good segue too, Will, to the whole physical form factor of their games. You know, they like the physicality of having their game. You know, they like this offline stuff because I was making this debate with my man Prince here that physical is a dead art. If you look at the majority of your larger games, they're not available on the physical disc for offline. You have to go online in order to get the game. It's almost why would you ever own a physical?
People don't realize that too because their system is always online. But if you take your system offline, and you put that game in, a lot of these games are not even playable.
Right
out of day one patch.
Right.
And I found that out the hard way.
And then if you have a physical disc, it's just so it can turn on, wind, and then go, oh, you have the license. And it's messed up because I had a game called Elder Scrolls Online. It's an MMO, right?
Yeah.
And I had that installed, but my disc got scratched. So then it couldn't read it. So it said I didn't own it. So I had to go and buy the digital version so it could just be a smooth process. It was sucky.
Yeah. And I don't do any of y'all own. I get a lot of my games digital. I get physical for something I want to collect. So that the Capcom collection that just came out, I saw MLP Mad Little Pixel did a video. So that thing is just a physical case with a damn code inside of it. It's not even a damn little ass Nintendo Switch cart.
Correct.
Is that true? Reggie, you got that one?
I read a post on X and they said it's not true. It actually comes with the physical game inside because at this point they know that piss people off, man. Like they not trying to like wait too much.
But didn't they do that with the Mega Man collection though? Like it's like half of it is on a code, half is on a disc. I mean on a
So in America for the Mega Man X collection, they made the second volume a digital code. But if you got it in Japan, it came with the second cart as well. I think I actually own it actually, and it plays in English too. It was sold in two ways: Rockman X Collection 1 and Rockman X Collection 2 both had their own carts, and then one was had them bundled together. So they can actually make more expensive carts for the Switch to add the full games on there. They choose not to though for production and everything like that. So it really sucks when you get half of the game. Like another one, for example, is the Resident Evil collection for the Switch. You get Resident Evil 0 on the cart, but you get Resident Evil Remake like as a digital code, and that's horrible too. Even Resident Evil Remake is actually the better game too, and that's digital, so it's like what the hell. So, but they can fit it all on one cart. They just choose not to because I guess it's not cost effective for them or whatever like that. So.
So is that Rock Collection number 2? I'm not familiar with that one. Is that like a Japan only release at the time?
For physical, yeah.
I mean, like, did the license ever come to the United States?
That's just the Japanese name for Mega Man. That's why they call him Rockman over there.
Yeah, Rockman over there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That sounds weird now. Thinking about
Rockman.
Yeah. So what the
hell? But that's the thing. You need day one patches. You know, and in the case of Kingdom Hearts 3, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, they didn't even have the ending on there.
Right.
Whoa.
Yep.
You need to download it on day one, especially when people broke the street day. For example, right now, you know what I'm saying? Not condoning piracy, but right now, Zelda got leaked today. So
oh wow, really?
Yeah, Echoes of Wisdom got leaked today, bro. So anybody with a hacked or what is that Japanese, the MIG switch?
Technically, it was about 5 days ago, but
oh, it was 5 days ago it got leaked. Good lord!
Yeah.
So
you know what? Almost every Zelda game gets leaked. I remember when the Breath of the Wild got leaked, like damn near a month before it came out. People were like enjoying that game on the Wii U, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, you're missing out on that Black Myth, man. You got to get over that physical disc stuff. This is the future.
People don't want to, man, because like the physical is the last point for control for us. You know what I mean? Hey, I got this physical card. I can take it to a friend's house. I can do what I want.
But you know, but remember, guys, even the physical disc you're owning, you still don't own it. You got to look at the fine print. A lot of these games are just leased.
Right. At least we're renting it to play, like even or whatever like that.
Like the PlayStation itself is like, do you really own it? You know, I'm sure there's some fine print in there that says that you don't.
If they push that into action, though, they're going to get so much backlash, even though it's in the fine print. So I don't think they'll ever.
Because I could have sworn the PS3 they brick. You remember they could like over air brick it and.
They actually they could uninstall games from your hard drive.
Like I bought the Linux.
Linux was one of them, and then recently with that game called Concord, people who had it on their hard drives, Sony just like while their PlayStation was asleep, uninstalled the game from their hard drives. You know, so your system.
Yeah.
Hey. ever since these systems have went online, like required to be online, they want you to be online at all times because they want to see what you're doing. Started with the PS3, 360 was another one. Yeah, they could do all kinds. I mean, they could brick your systems. You know, remember when people were like playing like early games on the Xbox 360 back in the day, like Halo before it came out, going online. They were bricking people's systems then. You know what I mean? So they have that power and everything like that. And it's only gotten worse. I mean, my PlayStation 5 is probably listening to what I'm saying right now. That's how crazy.
Actually, it is because they now record your voice so they can report you. So like if we were in the chat and we were talking, the AI and stuff like that now records you. So I can now report that voice conversation.
Wow, dude, I don't really say anything online anymore. I mean, not that I ever did like crazy or nothing like that, but it's just like I just don't even feel like talking on there.
And Roblox uses AI to like, because I play it with my son, and if you're on the mic, it says we detected good language or whatever. I'm like, well, I didn't say nothing, and they'll block you, like just because you said the bad words online, like instant.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, I mean, if you listen to how crazy these kids have talked online, that's why they've gone to these extremes that they have. And I heard some crazy stuff talk like, man, and these kids know they would never say that to anybody's face or whatever like that, but they're willing to say it online because they feel safe and everything like that. And now these companies have gone to the extreme where they're gonna like record your voice and like have it scanned or whatever like that. They'll know when you're online talking, or they'll ban you however like that. You know, it's just pretty crazy. You know, so yeah. Like I play this game right now. It's called Texas Chainsaw Massacre and everything like that. And you know, the killers, when we're in the lobby, they be talking hella crap, like something they're gonna do to us and everything like that. I was like, they're trying to get me to talk and everything, but I just never say anything. But the stuff they say, you think these guys, this is good for them to play this game because these are the type of guys that go up to a school or something like that and with a gun. You know what I mean? Saying they talk like that, which is crazy. So I kind of understand why these companies are going to these extremes, but at the same time, I wish they did better before so we wouldn't be here like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's full circle back to that event that I was talking about when RK1UP had laughed at my email. I had reported a tuber in the space that would use that foul language, the N-word invariants and he was doing it on Twitter. And we're talking like 100 to 200 comments. Then he goes and says, oh, this was like when I was a kid, and he was 28 years old. And he was like, Call of Duty. And I'm thinking, you were 28, like, so you call my son the N-word while you play Call of Duty? What's going on, man? Like, you know, like, you proud of this? It was wild, man. You know, like, and so it's not even just the kids. You know, these are full-grown men.
You can go online and listen to conversations that people recorded of how crazy it gets, and you'll be like mind blown.
Oh yeah,
stuff people be saying like, "What is wrong with you guys?"
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's wild.
People be flipping out and everything like that. I mean, I seen some funny stuff on there, right. like something I probably would do to troll somebody. Like, you guys ever see that kid that got slammed on that one game? Like, he keeps repeatedly getting slammed to death. I forgot what game it was called. The kid's like, "Stop it!" Like he's going crazy, and they keep just like beating him up. It's a hilarious video, but that's the kind of trolling I would probably do, like, if as far as I would go. But the stuff people be saying, man, you'd be like, wow, man, this person is unhinged and everything. So I mean, do you guys really go online and play a lot of online games?
I used to. Like,
I stick with co-op only usually.
I've been playing one game. It actually got better. It was a Fallout 76 that actually got better, because I played with this specific group of people.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, now I started playing Roblox with my kid. Because it's been casual, man. So I just like, hey, you want to play? And it's just been nice, that, you know, because we can jump on it.
Right.
Play. But I was playing this game called Fight in School or whatever. And them motherfuckers kids, they be saying the same stuff and fussing and cussing. I'm just like, oh my lordy. I have my son like mute everything. Like, but
you guys remember PlayStation Home back in the day?
Yeah.
PlayStation Home
man, that was awesome. Yeah. I missed that.
So when it first started, you know, we were in the beta program, which was nice, and people could actually talk through their mics with their characters, so everybody could talk to each other and chill. And there's one guy just talking about his life, like talking crap. and that's what kind of ruined it for everybody. You know, so it's like, what the hell, man? Like some people just don't know when to like just keep stuff to themselves or whatever like that, and they ruin it for everybody. You know, but PlayStation Home was a really good feature. They actually somewhat brought it back. Some of my modders have brought it back via home and everything. But yeah, that was a good service, man. And I wish Sony had kept that.
You know, with that Sony thing, what I was talking about with the Linux, it's crazy because at the time, the United States Air Force had like the 15th fastest computer in the world, supercomputers where they tether a bunch of computers together. Well, they used the PlayStation 3s. Look it up. Yeah. And I forgot how many they tethered together. It was either like 1,500 or more. It was crazy amount, right? But what's so crazy is they can never update the system because they will lose the Linux access. But like at the time, the 15th world's fastest computer owned by the United States Air Force was a bunch of tethered PlayStation 3s.
Well, remember they had sanctions against Saddam Hussein, right?
For the
and
nukes.
he was using the grid computing, it was called, with the PlayStation 3s, right? To kind of bypass that, right? To do stuff. But also back in the day, that's going back in the day. So the guy that ended up hacking that was GeoHot, right? George Hotz. His name was GeoHot. And he was the one that hacked it and brought back the Linux thing on the PS3s, but then Sony sued his ass and everything like that. And he was brought up, and he had to do like,
why I bought it.
Yo, I know. Because what happened was they figured out back then. Oh, and it was a good Linux machine with Linux on it and everything like that. Yep. Yeah. And they did a class action and they had to settle that years later, man. But yeah, GeoHot. So quick story on that front. I had an original launch PS3 FAT, and I had it hacked in the whole nine.
Never got
and then no, yeah, man. And then what ended up happening is I thought my kids, they jammed some Blu-ray discs and broke it, and I was mad because I had all the bootleg. I still had Linux on there. I had whatever rare game. I think it was a version of Resident Evil or something like that. I had all that stuff on there, and then I said F it, right? I didn't know how to fix it or anything like that, so I sold it for parts. Come find out, it was the TV's HDMI that was bad, not my PS3. So some dude got a PS3 FAT launch with all for $20, bro. I sold it for parts. I was mad as hell, but that's when my kids was real young, man. But yeah, George Hotz, he was the one, and he ended up hacking it. He was the guy that hacked the original iPhone.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he got sued. Then he did the security. He helped Sony do the security on the PS4.
Dang.
Okay.
It was legendary. Man, he messed up with Apple and Sony. This is so crazy.
Another thing too, I want to ask you guys, because like when we were talking about physical media earlier, you know, and you were talking about how games are not really on the disc anymore. What do you think people are just holding on just for that remembrance, or just because like when you buy a game, you have a physical, you have control of you know it possibly becoming more expensive in the future, and you can sell it, you know? Because I'm done.
Yeah, that, and check this out. I think it's from the fact that a lot of us aren't rich, and so quick story. Got a grandmother. She was born in 1932. She was, went through the whole depression, whatever the heck you want to call it, right? Recession. And those were the areas where you kept the hold of everything. Oh, you got a milk carton, we'll turn into 101 different things, right? Grow freaking plants in it or something. Just didn't throw away nothing. Like I go to the house now, I get her plastic forks and spoons, and she's washing them. I'm like, no, we throw them away, like. And so I think the physicality portion comes from 40, 50-year-old men who wanted all this, the Toys R Us kid factor, and I think it's just something that we want to hold on to, our dreams. And that's it. And I get it. It'll be foolish to buy something and then some company can just take it away. Problem is we're already there.
Yeah. And I hate to say it snuck up on us, but most people it did, and
right.
it's just
because seriously, when's the last time you played a game or anything that required a physical card or anything that you had to have it, that you just didn't play digital right now?
One of the things chiming in on that, one of the things chiming in on that, I think is what you guys said. I think is nostalgia, right? That's a big key to it. But what happens is, even as we get older, right? That's why I was supposed to go to a class tomorrow to learn soldering with my son, right? So I was going to go with him. I was going to keep him home from school, but I had to reschedule it because I got guests coming into town. So we'll go. It's through the public library for free, right? So we can pick up soldering, and they would teach you how to do basics, but they'll teach you how to like resolder an HDMI port or a charging port. You know what I'm trying to say, on devices. The main reason I want to take that is because I got a lot of old consoles. I got a lot of old carts and everything like that. Because again, that's our ages. But these things, if they're sitting around, the stuff is going to leak in them, right? You're going to have to change capacitors. You're going to have to change resistors and everything like that. And the kits to replace them are dirt cheap. And if you know how to do it, and it's good to do it, but you're going to have to do that. I know, Reggie, your buddy Riggs does the open cart surgery, right? And stuff like that, where he can repair games. And that's what's going to happen. It's the same thing with arcades, with the CRTs, right? And them things are expensive, man. I had the one cabinet, man. I barely played it. And the CRT went bad on it like 2-3 times. And I had to pay this other joker because I ain't about to get electrocuted. I say joker. It's my boy, Matt. Shout out to Matt. But I used to pay him to come out and fix it and drive all the way from Tampa to Orlando to come fix my damn cab just so I could turn it on. I didn't even have time to play it. And I must have spent probably $300-400 repairing that CRT TV, bro. And people want the nostalgia, and then people will guilt trip and say, oh, you're not playing it the original intended way because you're not using a CRT. Because we talked about Unico a couple of times. Unico got those replacement arcade LCDs, right? That I forgot what the hell they call them, but they got them on their website, right? So, but it's not traditionalists or purists, right? They need you to play, when in reality, emulation is getting to the point, you know what I'm saying, where you could emulate hardware, right? Open FPGAs and shit like that. So where you can play the game as intended.
Yeah, exactly. Or even better than it was intended. I'm seeing a lot of that with PS2 emulation and everything like that. Like one of my buddies, Cag, he had the Steam Deck and he had a PS2 emulator on there. And he was playing those games in HD quality, man. It was mind blowing. It's like, dude, like this is how the game should be played today and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I feel like emulation is getting to that point with some stuff where it's just better than to play it on emulation than, the original. And if the purist comes and tells you that, it's like, man, get out of here with that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole enjoyment of the game is being able to play it however you can play it, getting that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like the days of playing it like a purist, you have to play it on original hardware. It's like, get the hell out of here with that shit. There's better ways to play them now, you know what I mean? But you can be old school and play it on original hardware, CRT, or whatever you want to. I mean, that's like going back to Nintendo and playing with RF adapter.
I know
like,
that.
Damn, are people really going to go and do that?
Like, no way.
Playing
a sitting gun on like a 70-inch TV, and he's like, you had to pay on your 13-inch CRT, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up.
Sony,
like, let
your
the man
13-inch Sony Trinitron, right?
Yeah, like,
yeah, man. Ain't nobody trying to have that.
What's wrong with
have
you,
access.
Man?
Cool, but it's like, come on now. Ain't
Like,
nobody trying to do all that.
It's kind of like when I had to combat the elders and they go, well, back in my day. I'm like, dude, we didn't have phone. Like, just because you didn't have the access doesn't mean that today's generation is worse. If anything, my argument's is today's generation is stronger than we ever been. People keep saying, oh, they're weaker. Like, think about this. We're from the same generation that tried to ban Batman 2. All right. Think about that. Remember Batman with the penguin? That was too violent. That shit went to Congress. Like, generation was pussies. Rumors were weak. So don't give me this.
That movie wasn't even that dark.
No, it
The
wasn't.
darkest part of that movie probably was the nose bite, but maybe other than that,
you had Seal saying "Kiss from a Rose," you know. But
that was forever. That was the third movie, though, right?
Man,
Kiss from a Rose, Batman Forever.
yeah, you're right. It was with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. Yeah, but you get my point, right? Like,
I get it.
These weaklings, you know, that we grew up with, that raised us, you know, try to make us soft, and then it just goes on and goes on and goes on. I mean, we got the. I mean, look, we have the freaking PG-17, PG-13 rating system. I remember going to the GameStop and couldn't get games because I wasn't old enough. You know, like that. We definitely gotten softer in that sense, but at the same time, kids are a lot stronger because look at the censorship out now. I mean, they got Game of Thrones they can watch any old time. I mean, man, that was pure porn back in the day. You know, like you imagine seeing a Game of Thrones scene in the 80s.
I like watching
those people would be hung. They would be
watching
hung.
Haley Quinn on what is it? On Max
HBO
or whatever.
Max?
Yeah, Haley Quinn and Kite Man, yo. And that humor in there is raunchy as hell.
Yeah. Like,
but I love watching them,
Rick and Morty and
it
Family
is,
Guy
man.
Closest they had was what do you call it? Flintstones. And actually, if you watch the Flintstones, man, that stuff is gritty. Like
I remember that I remember there's a parody of the Flintstones I'll never forget from Family Guy. Like you know the one where Barney's in the bathroom and he gets up and the bird says, "Look, you think you got a crap job?" That was disgusting. But it was funny as hell. Oh man, damn. Flintstones.
So this is John D from Arcade 1-Up.
Is he the guy who was playing the Street Fighter and wasn't really playing it in that video I saw on Instagram? Where
I know he did some fights against some other tubers. I don't know. Like that's crazy. That'd be funny as fuck.
Well, this is from 4 hours ago, so this is recent news.
Yeah. So remember all that beef stuff? Let's see here. Oh, look, this guy's a troll in hell. All right, so here we go. Let's play this. It's only 3 minutes.
Hello, home arcade community, and hello, retro gaming fans. My name is John Diamonin, and I'm the CEO of Media 1-Up. Now, a lot of people don't know exactly what that is, and I'll give you a little bit of insight, but not everything. So, Media 1-Up, we're a company that focuses on retro gaming, home arcades, and helping other companies out in this category. The name 1-Up, well, it's a common term, of course, in the gaming industry. It means an extra life. It means a new chance. And this is my new chance, to make a mark. My stepdad died, well, my real dad, if you want to say that, he died a few weeks ago. And he really encouraged me to do this. And this company is in tribute to him. M1Up is the nickname. Mark 1Up, or Mark in Your Life. And when I talked to him about this new venture, which he encouraged me to do, he says, you really need to make the peace. You really need to be united to help the community to unite. You can't have drama. It's not going to be the best way to go about it. So I know there's a long history of me and GRS, and that's unfortunate, and I saw his video a few hours ago, and I agree with the same things he agrees with. We need to have peace and unity. All this is just gaming. We should all have fun. That video was created about a year and a half ago. So I hope, and the reason why he re-uploaded it is because he really wants to move on from this. I do as well. But I think in order to move on, I think to truly move on, you need to have a discussion. There's a lot of things that I couldn't say to you, Glenn, because I was at a different company. But now that I'm not, if you're willing to have a conversation for the sake of the community, sake for our sanities, I'm super open to it. You know, I can give you a lot of context about some of the reasons that you know, we had issues. But again, if you're not ready for that and you just want to move on, I'm fine with that. I want the home arcade community to thrive, and I want to do things the right way. And happy Sunday to everyone. I hope Niners win. I hope your teams lose. Just kidding. Anyways, thank you so much.
All righty.
All right. So, look, man, like after watching that, bro, I mean, you got to respect, like I think he was being sincere. You know what I mean? And when it comes to like the gaming community, I mean, we all should be, like he said, like everybody should be mostly friendly, I would think. You know what I mean? This is a fun hobby, you know. But what you guys take from it?
I took the same thing. I've known John for a bit in the sense of, you know, how he is and whatnot. Because I remember I first knew about him. I was like, who the fuck is this John D guy? You know, like what a tool bag, right? You know, so I didn't know much of him, but getting to know him, I mean, he's a great person in my opinion. And same thing getting to know Glenn. Glenn is a homely guy. So, and I understand Glenn is upset. I understand why he's upset. But at the end of the day, it's kind of at the point where if you're gonna run your mouth, you're gonna have to accept that there could be legal consequences, because we're getting into defamatory portions right now, because you're looking at two men who are trying to run a business. And if you're trying to defame the other guy out of his business, shit talking is one thing, but actual like libel stuff is bad. You know, like, oh, he stole from, you know, like, whoa, you know, not cool, dude. So you got to be careful. You got to be real careful with that. And I think both of them are grown enough that they can either move on and stop it or make up. Personally, if they were both smart, and I know John is, work the fuck together. There's money to be made here, guys. Shit.
Yeah.
Imagine the Media One and GRS collaboration. Dude, make that green together and share a fucking beer already. Jesus Christ. You know, like John can, like the stuff that he can make up for whatever you thought you lost. You know, like, oh, you're making a multi-K? Well, shit, I can help you get the licenses. Like, holy crap, make up. He can help. Just saying.
If they both want it, you know what I'm trying to say? If they both want it, then that's what's up, you know. But some people are petty, man. Some people are petty, bro. Like me, I'm petty, bro. I still hold grudges with people I got beef with in kindergarten, man.
Petty's my favorite color.
I'm petty wop.
Oh shit.
Petty Liddell, you know.
We don't mess around.
Like, don't play with me, you know. I'll run you into the ground. You fuck with me.
But I think they should hug it out, you know what I'm trying to say, and let bygones be bygones. And even if they don't want to work together, just end it for the sake of ending it, and just not to have to, let's say, look over your shoulder type stuff, bro.
I'm not gonna do too much BS into the community, you know. Well, fuck the community at this point, you know. Like, it's both of y'all's sanity and your health, you know, because it's the community that's driving the wedge between them. If you think about it, because
if Fat Joe and 50 Cent can squash the beef, then I think John D and Glenn can squash it.
He apologized, right?
Yeah, squash it. Let's hug it out.
You know, Tupac and 50 and East Coast and West Coast, like, we can do it.
Oh, Tupac. See, that's the thing. Tupac and Biggie would have made up. You know what I'm trying to say? There was plans around that. They would have made.
But look at the community around them. They were pushing the beef when they had no beef to be pushed.
Yeah, they pushed it, but they would have squashed it.
They definitely would have, man. Because that West Coast beef, man, it came from the West Coast.
Silly.
You know.
That was silly.
It was just looking back. It's like, man, come on, dude, really? You know, it sucks. We lost 2 people because of that and everything like that.
2 good human beings that could have changed lives. You know.
Yeah, They're still highly praised today for being.
The Catholic Church was a Tupac's Changes is in the official Catholic library.
Wow.
Or songs to be played. Like, it's crazy. And I think John was sincere. Otherwise, I don't think he would have done the video. He's not about that. He's not about putting out his face like that.
Okay. And for him to do that, I agree, because putting your face out on YouTube can be very difficult for some people. You know what I mean? So him to come out like that, especially.
That's vulnerable.
This was released for a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
He spent his weekend putting this video out.
During the time where his family member passed, his father passed. He's mourning the loss of his parents.
Wow.
He's a Filipino man who's mourning the loss of his parent. And the reason why I bring up his ethnicity is because, certain ethnic groups and certain people take it, a lot harder, and we mourn different, as for him to have, like you said, separate right now from his family, time to put this out, to go, look, this is hurting me just as much as I know it's hurting everybody else. Let's stop it. I think that's sincere. That's my opinion.
He looks. Definitely, man. So, but where can they go from here? I mean, what can they really do together if they're able to work something out? Like,
they can run the scene right now. They could take, this is not even ambitious to say, they could actually run the community scene, because right now these YouTubers, these niche groups, your Michael B's, your 19K Foxes, stuff like that, they're the Arcade 1UP scene. And imagine if GRS and Media 1UP, got together, now these guys can pivot away from the toxicity of the corpse and go towards these guys that were all about, talking to the community to begin with. And that will take this whole structure to a whole different light, something new to talk about, something new to be happy about, something that people know that they can invest their money in and be happy with. I think there's a lot of positive if both of them work together. Period.
See that. We'll see if that can happen, man.
It's most likely not, but if it can, oh man, green should be the form of peace. Come on, guys, make your money. It's it's like that meme, from Futurama, shut the fuck up and take my money. You're just do it already. Take my money.
Yeah,
because I would invest. I'll feel better investing in them right now than Polycade. That's for freaking sure.
Going back to Polycade.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Will.
No, what I was gonna say is, and shout out to Bobby Vu. I'm trying to say it's gonna need.
Bobby.
There needs to be somebody like that I think has a great relationship with both. I'm trying to say, to be able to kind of bridge that gap and be that intermediary to bring them together, man, and have them hug it out and then do some awesome shit for the community, man. So let's hope that happens, man. But go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
With Bobby, real quick, I don't personally believe in altruism, but God damn it, Bobby, he made me believe in it. That guy is one of the, he's so kind and giving that it's scary, what is in it for you? Nothing. He's just that kind of guy. He's just a sincere soul. So,
and Reggie, if you haven't ever heard of him, he makes some damn. I mean, does he have a website?
I don't know if he has a website, but let's just say that I know he's talented enough that he could be hired by any of these companies, from Unico to Arcade 1UP work. I won't, put his stuff out, but that's how talented he is with his stuff. That he's just that kind of guy. So
he does a lot of custom. Reggie, he does a lot of custom stuff, custom mods to Arcade 1UPs, real arcades.
Really? So because my Dig the Counter Arcade needs a new monitor, because this monitor and this thing sucks. He could do all that.
Oh, Bobby, Bobby, easy. I'll send you this shit.
Bobby would soup that up, man. He's
man.
he's
Bobby
like one of
the.
He's like those West Coast Customs Pimp My Ride guys.
Yes.
For
He's Pimp My Ride of the arcade community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because this thing is like, awesome. Dude, you got this screen on it is hard. I mean, I got it through a trade thing for me, but man, like I could like the arcade what up was putting out this kind of like quality. Like
if it could be done, like, Bobby can do it.
Okay,
that's
good enough.
Yeah,
that's my word.
Yeah, I guess he does light up marquees too.
And
oh, does he? Oh, does he? Man, you ain't seen. Man, you got to see his stuff, man.
Maybe if you could pull something up, man. I don't know if he has a website with his projects.
Clean. Yeah, you know,
clean like a mom.
Clean like a mother.
That's his phrase, Reggie. Clean like a mom.
Right on.
Dive.
So with the Polycade thing, guys, what do you think the worst that could happen right now? At this point?
Here we go. The worst that can happen is literally what we all fear is that we don't get our product.
Well, I think what would be the worst is not getting your money back, right?
Well, no, you know what? You got me there. The worst
Kickstarter won't. Kickstarter won't. I have a Kickstarter that,
correct.
Yeah, I got robbed.
We're at his whim right now. We're at his whim. So
there it is. Yeah, show Reggie that.
Let's see what we got here. Here's a clip. Let's see.
Is that
so this is like his, yeah, he be doing stuff like that.
Oh snap! That's an arcade one up. He turned into a Beast Wars one.
You got the whole intro playing.
Is the audio too loud? Was the audio too loud?
No, it's fine. I love that song.
Oh, that used to be an arcade one up. Bobby is crazy, bro. It's clean.
That is pimp. That is pimp,
yeah.
Man.
Dude, that's sick. I never seen that one.
Oh man.
Shit.
Ooh. Is that like a Knight Rider? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it is. I'll play the music. Come on. Oh, it's not playing.
You're gonna get mad copyright strikes.
Oh yeah. Damn, he ain't playing. I guess he already got copyright.
Oh, he got copyright.
He got copyright.
Oh, so that's an A1 up. He turned into a Knight Rider cat.
Yeah.
With the thing with
pedals and everything.
Oh, yo, that's crazy.
Look at that, man.
See, Reggie, this is what he does, bro. This to pimp my ride for arcade machines.
Right on. I mean, and he considers obviously I'm guessing he considers like arcade one up real like arcades because some guys he helps. I mean, he mods the form factors, you know. And I mean, he's not gonna hate on it because obviously, you know, this is like his project. This is his passion. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, the wood's already cut. You know, everything's there for you. He's, you know, now he can just mod it out and you know, put his own buttons and because see, like right here, right, arcade one up, and then that Atari stick is what you the GRS, you know, so that's Glenn Palamento's thingy right here, and then that so it can work on like PCs, and then he put that in the mod of this cabinet. So that's why we were saying that there's a lot to be made from these guys because, you know, oh, you need more joysticks out there? Well, maybe this can go in the Media 1-Ups cabinets, like stuff like that. Like everyone's got a means to make money together.
That time they met back early in the year, week 3. He was targeted 18.
That's right.
So this is the IRK.
Jukebox mod.
In that game and
7-inch fire tap.
You look crazy on
Only
this.
$35. dirt cheap, brand new, or
Yo, he pimped this IRK.
No, he put a fridge in one of them, dude. He had a whole damn
man.
fridge.
what's up? Gaming,
Oh, there you go. That's it.
Oh,
Refunds,
Damn, dude.
oh.
Modelo, everything you need. What? 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 What the mother flower? Happy Juice, cup holder for my boy Dong Wook Chin. His son can have Coke.
Yo, we got mad
Mr.
snacks in there,
Wookson
yo.
can
Yeah,
get
you
a
do.
Modelo. What's up? That's right.
Hey, did he sell these arcades? Or he just
Yeah.
mods people?
Yeah, he'll mod or sell or whatever. Like, I'll hook you up, reach out, and like I said, like y'all can figure something out. And he's a really swell guy, man.
Yeah,
He ain't about
yeah.
no beef, no drama, no nothing. Like he ain't about it.
He'll leave. He'll leave. He'll be
Yeah.
in the he'll be
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chat. Somebody just start any drama, he's out. Boop.
Yeah, he's like, all right, like
All right, it's time for me to
He-
go. Bing.
he don't play that. He's just lives.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
he's
he don't even
he's the
sit around with the
Switzerland of the
popcorn.
community.
Yeah, because the only one I think I need modded is the Dig Dug one. I think the joystick doesn't work as good. The monitor is obviously like shoddy. And then
He will find the fix for you.
so all I
Guaranteed.
gotta do is just ship it to him.
Oh yeah, if you ship it to him, he'll definitely work on it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Listen,
Oh, yeah.
dudes, I'm about to go make me a damn sandwich, and I gotta go to bed
This is a
soon,
good, this
bro.
is a good
So,
call.
Yeah, I actually gotta get a
Y'all
video
wanna
up today.
right
I
after
gotta
the
finish
stream,
up
I'm
my
gonna go ahead
video.
and end the stream and say good night. And I'll hit you guys up behind the scenes real quick.
all right.
I'm
Peace.
gonna hit this end stream button real quick.
A shout out to Elvis Roy, Super Miguel Unboxing. Thanks for joining us. And
Thank you,
Evil
guys.
Pixel. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Hey,
Peace.
thank you, Radical, for coming by.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
definitely.
Good night, guys.